Hello. I feel like I'm living a little bit of a dystopian life lately, but in a good way. So, as some may recall, I met my biological father a little over 3 years ago, thanks to an aunt that I had matched to on Ancestry. She was very instrumental in helping me connect with my biological father, who subsequently tested and Ancestry showed that we were father and daughter. So, anyway, fast forward to a month ago, um, my aunt was in hospice and I went to visit her. And when I got there, my cousins, my aunt's sons were there, and they told me that this particular uncle, I'll call him B, was there and that he had not known about me until that day. So apparently, one of them mentioned my name and that I would be there, and he he looked confused, and then they're like, "Oh, you didn't know about her?" And he had no clue about me. So, um, those next couple of days, while we sat vigil around my aunt, we got to know each other, and I got to meet his wife, and um, it was just wonderful. So last week was my aunt's memorial service, and we gathered after her service, and my cousins and my new uncle and his wife, and got to know each other a little more. And then um, I stayed longer down here because uh, of spring break. So I spent the day with my uncle and his wife this past week, and it was just wonderful. So he drove us around and he showed me where he went to school, where he lived, and where he worked, and even showed me where his grandmother's house was, his father's uh, mother, who is my great grandmother, and showed me where her house was located. And it just drove us around and showed me some actually sites that were familiar to me from when I used to live in that area in Tampa. Um, so um, it was just a wonderful day. And then the next day I went to visit a maternal cousin, and I noticed her mother's diploma was out, and so I looked at it, and I noticed that she had graduated from the same high school in the same year as my Uncle B. And so I texted my Uncle B the next day and asked him if he knew a Dorothy Gibson from high school. He didn't recognize her name, but he looked her up in his yearbook and found several pictures of my cousin's mother. And on top of that, her graduation picture was directly above his graduation picture in the yearbook. It's just such a small world. But it also made me think, if she went to the same high school as Uncle B, and she if she was alive today, she might actually recognize him because they were actually in one program together. They were in different programs for like vocational, but then there was one class, um, I think it was film production or something, that they were in the same class. So anyway, the just it just made me think, wonder, how often did my I have crossed paths with this Uncle B or his wife in previous years when I first or before I moved away out of state. Um, it's the same goes for my mother's half sister, uh, Davina. She worked at a store in Brandon that I used to frequent, and again, it makes me wonder before I met her, because I reunited her with my mother 14 years ago. Um, it just makes me wonder, how often did I cross paths with her? It's just, my life has just become more interesting, um, especially since I found my biological father. And so, anyway, I am looking forward to learning more about that side of my family and um, learn what more interesting things might pop up. So, it has also increased my interest in genealogy. And so, I want to do some more research on my paternal side of the family, especially. And, I've done a bit of research on my maternal side, but I'm going to continue that. So, anyway, that's my story for today. And thank you for listening. Bye.